Having these bad boys back in the cupboard means only one thing. The diet has started again. Turn that light off. Right, so this is it. The diet has started again. It's a Monday. I know about that much. It's the 13th of January. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I've had one meal so far. So I've had my normal protein oats with some frozen strawberries and frozen raspberries. I've had to pull the orange out of it already. For those that have followed me for a while will know that I normally have sliced orange and raspberries with those oats in the morning. This is riveting conversation, I know. But I've pulled that out already to pull back on some of the calories because the shred has started again. Only this time, it's gonna be a little bit different. But before I dive into all of it, help me out because Jake keeps taking the piss about the fact that his videos are getting more views and that his videos are bringing in more subscribers to the channel. To be honest with you, he's bullying me. It's borderline bullying, and it's definitely making Sophie think less of me as a man, and even Lilo less of me as a father. So do me a favor, like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Help me out, and hopefully together we can stop Jake from bullying me so much. So the diet has started again, like I said, this time with a little bit of a twist. So just to bring you up to speed, if you haven't been following my videos or Instagram or whatever for the last God knows how long, in 2023, I dieted down for 27 weeks to get into the best shape of my life for multiple photo shoots and even a men's physique bodybuilding show. I lost about 20 kilos over 27 weeks, got down to about 62 kilos, the leanest I have ever been in my life. And then since November 2023, I have been in a gaining phase. So it's now January 2025. I've spent the last 14 months, give or take, in a gaining phase where I've been consuming north of 3,500 calories a day, about 220 grams of protein. I'm purely focusing on bringing my body weight up gradually and getting as strong as I possibly can in the gym through various lifts. I reintroduced lifts like my barbell back squat, my conventional deadlift, all these kind of things, which I am by no means great with, and they still don't feel amazing, but they have been progressing bit by bit over that time. And my weight has come up over those 13-14 months by 13 kilos. So I've gained about a kilo a month, which isn't a bad rate of gain for a surplus for a gaining phase. I've obviously gained body fat over that time. This is my most recent condition where I'm pretty smooth. I'm by no means have put loads of body fat on, but I'm about as smooth as I would like to be. So it's come a good time with the new year and all that to do a little bit of a tidy up. So I'm gonna be dieting down for the next 6 weeks, but I'm gonna do it in a slightly different way because I'm gonna use my own free 6-week fat loss coaching program, Soft to Shredded. So on my Instagram page at the minute, and the links in these descriptions, I have got a free 6-week fat loss program where you will get everything you need, personalized nutrition targets, training plans, weekly videos and accountability from me for 6 weeks to help you kickstart any fat loss you're wanting to achieve in 2025. Like literally everything you could want, step targets, cardio targets, it is all there. So I thought for my own little tidy up, instead of me just going into the normal diet and talking about it in the normal way, I would put myself through my own 6-week fat loss challenge using Soft to Shredded, literally following it to the letter to show you just how useful it could be and how much progress you could make with it over the 6-week period. And if that description alone has sold it enough, you can literally go and download it now. I will make sure it's in the description below. Go and click on the link and you can go and download your own copy. And you could even do the next 6 weeks of dieting alongside with me if you want to. Send me over your progress, let me know how you're getting on, and we can be accountable for each other over the next 6 weeks. So if you want it, it's there, go download it. If you don't, no stress off my nose, it's free. It's fine. So I'm going to actually get my plan up on the screen now, and I'm going to talk you through exactly what it looks like for the next 6 weeks. So let's have a look. So this is what you get when you sign up to 6 weeks of fat loss coaching through my Soft to Shredded challenge, okay? So you will get access to your very own copy of this spreadsheet, or at least you'll get access to the master copy and you can just make a copy and then you've got your own one to edit. And it could not be easier. All you have to do when you first open up the sheet, make sure you've got Google Drive and the Google Sheets app downloaded on your phone. And all you have to do is put in your information. So you can see here, I've literally put in 28, I know I don't look it, 75 kilos at the minute. So I've gone 13, so I was 62 at my shows and shoots. So it's 13 kilos up over the last 13, 14 months. I'm 173 centimeters. No short jokes. I've heard them all. Male, last time I checked. Although it is cold today, so maybe questionable. Average steps around 10,000 a day, and then my start date is today. Put that information in, and then you will literally get instantly fed back all your nutrition targets for the next 6 weeks. Okay, so you can see from here, straight from the bat, I've got 220 grams of protein a day, 190 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat, and 2,000 calories a day. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is pretty aggressive for me. I've done this sort of photo shoot style preps 4 or 5 times over now. And even last time I did it last year, the lowest calories I got to were about 1,800 a day, but that was after already having dieted for 20 odd weeks. When I started on about 2,500 calories a day. So this is going in quite aggressive, but because it's only for 6 weeks, because I want to get in and out and just tidy up as quick as I can, you do need to go a little bit more aggressive on the approach. So for 5 days a week, as you can see here, I'm going to be sticking to 220 grams of protein a day, 190 carbs, 40 fats, 2,000 calories. Now, I won't be super religious with the 190 carbs and 40 fats. If I need to vary that a little bit, I will, because it doesn't make any difference to fat loss. But I'll definitely be hitting the 220 grams of protein and 2,000 calories. And then you can see that I've got 2 refeed days a week. This is essentially 2 days a week where I can actively give myself a little bit more food, something to look forward to, something to push towards to help keep my energy up, keep my hunger down, and just make adherence to the overall plan much better. And on those days, you can see I've literally got the extra calories from carbs. So 315 grams of carbs on those days, and I'm up to 2,500 calories on those days as well. So 5 days a week on lower food, 2 days a week on higher food whenever I want them. I'll probably put one of these days in on a leg day, and then I'll probably put the other one in on a weekend. Something like that. It tends to work quite well. I've got 3 litres of water a day as a minimum. Usually I'll fall closer to 4. I'm going to take my morning weight, which you can see this morning was 75.5. And then I've got 11,000 steps to aim to hit every single day, which walking the dog should be relatively doable. And 5 workouts a week. So at the minute, my training split is 5 sessions a week, but they're pretty short sessions. With Lilo being only 13 weeks old, I don't have all the time in the world, obviously with work and Lilo and the dog. There's not a lot of time for me to be spending hours in the gym. I just don't have that time. So I've recently changed my training up where each of my workouts takes me between 35 to 45 minutes, but I'm doing 5 days a week. Instead of trying to do 3 sessions a week where each session was taking me about an hour and a half minimum and I just couldn't get through the whole workout because I had to come back home, I've shortened those sessions down and I've increased the amount of times I'm going to the gym a week, because that actually seems to work a little bit better, because I have the time each day for 45 minutes to get a workout in, but I don't have the time to do 90 minutes to 2 hours a session. And as of right now, I've got no cardio. So what you will get is exactly this when you download Soft to Shredded. And then you can already see over the next 6 weeks, it starts to adjust the target. So every 2 weeks, my targets will change. You can see every 2 weeks, my food is slightly dropped on these days and my steps and cardio is slightly increased. So we've got a bit of a bump up from weeks 2 to 4, and then we've got another bump up from weeks 4 to 6, where I go down to 1770. These days are going to be horrific, I can tell you now. And the cardio, to be fair, doesn't get that high. I think in the peak of my last prep, I was doing about over 2,000 calories a week, so this is 600, so this is nothing. But again, I don't need to go crazy because I'm only doing a quick tidy up, and I'm up to 13,000 steps a day. And that's it. That is literally my plan for the next 6 weeks. This is what I'm going to be sticking to. This is what you would receive if you were to download it and use it. And I'm going to follow it to the absolute letter, like I said, to show you every single week in these videos what progress I'm making, how my sheet's looking, a quick update on how it's all going, and what you could expect as well. So that's how the plan is going to look going forward for the next 6 weeks from a nutrition point of view and a tracking point of view. And then obviously, like I mentioned, there is training. Now I am training push later on today, so I'm going to bring you along for that session to show you what that looks like, and then we're going to do a little bit of a physique update afterwards just to see where our baseline is, because I haven't taken photos this morning because, quite frankly, the lighting in this room is horrific, and living in a 2-bed flat with a dog and a 13-week-old, I have no space to take my check-in pictures that isn't surrounded by wardrobes or clothes or toys or bookshelves or whatever it is. So I'm going to do my start pictures at the gym at around lunchtime today when I go to train after I've done push. So we're going to get to the gym. I'm going to show you what my workout looks like. We'll do some physique update pictures, and then we will go from there. so that is push done. Session number 1 of the diet boxed off. So that was a flat dumbbell chest press to begin with, then it was onto the pec deck, then it was onto an incline Smith chest press, then it was a drop set on side raises. So it's essentially super heavy side raises where I can only get like a third to half of the movement out, half of the range of movement. Drop set into lighter weight, getting a full range of movement out. 3 sets of that, and then finishing off with some cable tricep push down. So like I said, not a massive session, in and out in about 40 minutes. Takes a little bit longer when I'm filming it, but in and out in about 40 minutes, and actually hit some PBs on the flat dumbbell press. So normally people assume as soon as you go into a diet, I'm not eating as much, I'm going to be weaker, I'm not going to lift as heavy in the gym. More often than not, you can still continue to hit PBs for a long time when you're dieting. It's not until you get to like very low body fat percentages, or you've been on low food for a hell of a long time, that it actually starts to have an impact. And that's literally just shown that this morning. Flat dumbbell press, I managed to get 45s up for 45 reps. And before that, the set before that, I did 40 kilos for 11 reps. Both of those are PBs on repetitions for that weight. So I'm taking out, especially doing it on the 45s after I did the set of 40s. Happy with that. So session 1 boxed off, good session. So get back, get some food, get showered, and then crack on with the rest of the day. Gym done, majority of the work for the day is done now. It's about 4 p.m, so I've just got a couple of emails and messages to reply to. Mondays are usually a bit of a quieter day, to be fair. It's more of like an admin-based day, a few calls, and then Tuesday onwards is when, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are always literally full check-in days from about 7 a.m till normally about 5, 6 p.m, something like that. Friday's like a content creation day as well. So food-wise, I'm still sort of in the early stages of kind of planning out what my structure is going to be going forward for this 6-week cut, because I haven't really planned ahead, to be honest. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along today. Hunger, I won't lie, today has been through the roof. To go from sort of eating north of 300 calories to straight down to 2,000 a day, the first week is always the hardest. Like the first week, hunger is always going to be the highest when you start a diet. You're still going to want to sort of nibble on those extra little things. Like when I just roasted off a full chicken there, normally I'd have a bit of the skin as extra and I wouldn't worry about tracking it because I was in a gaining phase. Whereas now, can't have any of that. You know, can't have the same sort of little snacks here and there through the day. So you do notice a big hit up front to your routine and to hunger and everything. But that'll subside. Give it a week and that'll settle down. And then I've only got 5 weeks to go. Over the 6 weeks, like I said, I'm going to be doing a video every single week on this to keep you updated. I'll chuck up somewhere here the sort of post-workout check-in pictures or video, however I choose to show it. And you can see like condition's not bad. For a start point for a diet, you know, it isn't bad at all. When we're talking about like the bigger picture, it's probably where a lot of people would, you know, want to end a diet, but that's because of the extreme I went to 13 months before. So it's not a bad start point for a diet. That's why I only need 6 weeks, and I'm probably only going to look to drop 5 or 6 kilos at most. I'm not looking to drop loads of weight, but just to have a nice little bit of a tidy up, trim off some of the excess, sharpen up, see how we're looking underneath before I then, like I said, push again for another 13-week gain. And food's going to be pretty straightforward with that. I tend to eat the same thing every single day when I am dieting. So I'll have protein oats for breakfast with some fruit. Lunch will probably be some chicken, veg, and some form of rice cakes. I'll have a snack through the day, which again is normally some sort of bowl of oats again. My evening meal will probably be mince with rice cakes and veg, and then I'll have a pre-bed bowl of yogurt. That is pretty much it. That is pretty much going to be the routine. But one of these videos, I will do a full day of eating to show you exactly what those meals look like, the amounts, everything like that. And I might even do one of the videos on how I work in eating out when I'm sort of dieting and trying to get lean, which, to be honest with you, isn't an often thing. It's not very frequent. Like the 27 weeks I did the year before, I think I actively went out for a meal twice in the full 27 weeks. It was my birthday, and then there was about a month before the shoot when I just did the show, we went out for a meal after that, and that was it. So there was 2 active meals. I had a couple of weddings and stag do's in there as well. They weren't planned in, they were just kind of part and parcel of the event. But yeah, they're not very often because that's what it takes sometimes to get to the result you want to get to. So that is what to expect over this mini softer shredded series. 6 weeks, 6 videos. If I can do more, I'll do more, but I'm going to just say 6 videos. See what I can get to, show you what's possible using the free softer shredded download. Like I said, that is on my page. You can just go download it, or I'll drop it in the description below. You can do this alongside me if you want. Kickstart your 2025, and we will be good to go from there. So, like I said at the start, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate you watching, putting up with my rambling, and I'll see you next week for another video. Probably a full day of eating, because for some reason people seem to enjoy that kind of stuff. But there we go. Okay, catch you in the next one.